Hey, this is Chris popping in just before we get started. Just wanted to do some quick disclaimers because this is our first recording and we really didn't have a knack for this kind of housekeeping. And we still kind of don't. Just uh, full warning, there's tons of spoilers ahead. We're going through it like a book club type deal. So we pretty much just openly talk about a bunch of story beats. And just FYI, we did play the whole first act in anticipation of having things to talk about. Turns out we had a lot of things to say about different parts of the game. So just in this one, we only really talk about the prologue, but there's a few bits here and there where we make references to stuff that happens later in the act. So again, in the interest of avoiding spoilers, I would say go ahead and play along at home and then listen. Um, Other housekeeping stuff, you can email us at newgameclubpod@gmail or follow us on Blue Sky at New Game Club. Rate and subscribe, as always, is very good, as we're just kind of starting out and getting our footing in this whole thing. Yeah, otherwise, try to enjoy. Welcome to New Game Club. This is the podcast where we're going to be doing video game, book club, video book game club. There will be a way to shorten that one day. I just thought it'd be a fun idea to play some games with some friends, and then we'll get together and talk about it. Until I can find some friends, I have these guys, and they are people who know how to introduce themselves.
Is that our cue? That's our cue.
That's the
Okay.
cue.
You kind of just were winging this.
Oh, you didn't say I waved my hands to introduce you guys. You guys weren't looking, I guess.
Oh yeah, because we're definitely
yeah,
looking at you in real life right now.
Yeah, I'm Alfred. Yeah, nice to meet you all. Come on this journey of playing games with us, I guess, where we probably play it really bad, but we play it. So
I'm Tiffany. Yeah.
we have social skills.
We are all humans with normal social skills.
Definitely not AI podcast. Not one of those. Like those would be a lot more. I think easy flowing actually.
Yeah, no, you can only get this awkwardness from real, genuine humans.
Oh man.
Oh God, when AI gets strong enough to be awkward, then we're fucked.
There's already some pretty convincing AI, to be honest.
It can already pretend to be the president. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you get an AI that goes like, that's it. That's the end of it.
Already on a tangent.
Anyways, we're playing Clair Obscur, Expedition 33. I didn't play the 32 other ones. All right. Obligatory joke out of the way.
And then we just lost every watcher.
Yeah.
Me later editing this. I've already quit watching it. I guess where to start with the prologue. That's good space. We open up on Gustav. Some small girl comes up and they're talking about it sounds like really dire stuff happening, running out of time. And is it just me? When she's like, all right, I'll see you later, she fucking takes the fuck off.
Well, it's a race.
Is that weird to anyone?
No,
else?
it's a race.
Does she say that?
Yeah, she asked you like, if you want to race, right, or something like that.
I don't remember. I just went, okay, let me grab this flower. I turn around and that girl is,
or maybe it was
running.
Yeah, because I remember you'd get near her. She'd stop you, get near her, and then she books it again.
Okay, because I was like, all right, I'm gonna walk over here and find maybe there's secrets over. There's fucking no secrets on these rooftops. And then she was just booking it.
Yeah, I scoured every corner.
Which actually, I didn't think it was gonna happen so early on, but it gets me into my first like thing that I kind of noticed about not only the first the act. I mean, not only the first area, but the whole entire act is that prologue. There's a lot of areas that looks like, hey, there's gonna be something over there, and then it's just an invisible wall or like or like a certain thing that looks like you could jump onto it, but then you jump and it just stops you because it's all awkward shaped, and it just that bugged me quite a bit.
The jumping is kind of wonky, right?
Yeah, it is.
Jumping is so wonky.
It's very wonky,
and it's like clear. I guess not to skip ahead too much, but a bit later, you can climb on things. And I was completely fucking surprised that I was allowed to do that. Because it
Yeah,
was so wonky to jump on everything else. Like, oh, this box is here. Let me jump on it.
the climbing actually works
Nope.
pretty well though. Or at least the corner grabbing, like when you jump on an edge and it grabs it, it actually works pretty
Mm.
well. Like where I felt like I'd miss it, but it would grab it automatically when it was near it. But yeah, that's definitely a talk for more later. But everyone stay tuned for that
Oh,
talk.
first thing, I I love characters that are missing parts of their bodies. Prosthetic hands, eye patches. I'm fucking so down for that. As soon as that I saw that, I was like, oh, this guy's cool.
And that's not a
I love
kink,
a
right?
prosthetic hand. No,
Okay.
but I just think it's, I don't know, because it's like you got Sekiro, you got other properties. There's like a character that's like, oh shit, I'm disabled. Like, nah, now I'm cooler.
You make the best out of it.
Yeah, and I don't know. I always thought it was very cyberpunk. If we were there, I'd cut off my left.
Yeah, I mean, you're a big fan of Edward Ulrich, right?
Oh yeah,
Big
absolutely.
big fan. Yeah. Even
100%.
okay.
If we were at a stage in our technology, I could cut an arm off. I totally.
I think that is probably not, that's probably more of like a mental issue. If you're like, I'm gonna cut my arm off and replace it with a metal hand, that's a,
Transhumanism
it's
is a
cyberpunk.
perfectly
I mean,
valid school of thought.
I'm just saying, it's cyberpunk. It's yeah.
I don't know. You don't want to be the first guy with the cyber eye in the cyberpunk world.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not the first guy. I'm like the 500th guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Once we're there, I think they'll
he
get it.
definitely. I guess since we're talking about that. Let's talk about his look in general. That arm is really cool, and his hair. I like his hair and his whole like facial hair and stuff because I have facial hair also.
The character design, it is great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Who do you guys think he looked like? Is it any?
I got someone immediately that I was like, huh, Robert Pattinson.
Yes,
like,
right.
100%.
Like
Oh, I
definitely.
see it. Okay, yeah.
That's exactly what I thought when I saw him. I was like, oh, if they ever make this into a movie, he has to be Gustav.
My man has some range now for sure.
Oh, he's
But I was
great,
like, it's so Robert Pattinson.
yeah, and
The same way Ellie was what's her face?
The Last of Us, right?
You know, Ellie from The Last of Us. Yeah, the way she's Elliot Page, like basically.
Oh, you're talking about look wise, not voice actor wise. Yeah, but they got in trouble for that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, yeah.
I think so. So don't do that. But no one tell anyone. Don't tell Robert.
Don't
Pattinson
tell
that
Robert.
he's in this game.
I feel like he'd be really cool about it since seems like he's a pretty cool guy. I don't know him personally, but I just see that. But yeah, I saw that and instantly thought, wow, that is Robert Patterson.
After this rooftop fucking run, you get to the bottom and you meet this girl, Sophie. You assume is an ex-girlfriend. Quickly, I noticed how just expressive the animations are on the faces for the characters. Like, I'm sure it was like a cutscene, whatever. You know how the cutscenes are always a little bit better, but I was just like, damn, these like graphics these days, it's insane. It's insane to me. The graphics.
Yeah. Like,
It's a pretty game.
I'm not playing on the highest settings, but it's absolutely gorgeous still.
Hmm. I booted up. What was it? Life is Strange, and I'm just like, I kind of got taken out of it because of how dead the eyes are on like every single character. But so comparing that to I mean, of course, it's different styles, different times, but like just like the way the mouths move and the way the eyes. Like, there's a scene in that scene when you give Sophie the flower. Her eyes are just ever so slightly like jiggling. Is that the right word?
Jiggly?
I don't think I don't know how to explain it. You know,
I know
you're
what
kind of
you
like you're
mean.
looking at something and your
Yeah.
eyes are like darting a little bit, and you can see her eyes like moving just ever so slightly,
Hmm.
and that's an insane detail for someone had to do that, and I always love that in any video game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a really cool feature. Those little details kind of make it like you may not notice it, but you're subconsciously kind of noticing it. And it feels a little more
Mhm.
realistic in a way.
Yeah.
It's the love. they made the game with love.
But you completely jumped to her and just skipped Mael.
Oh yeah, so yeah, that's the girl. I didn't know her name. She took off so goddamn fast. I didn't learn who she
didn't
was.
tell you the name.
Yeah, she was just like, "All right, here, get a flower." Later, and I was just like, "All right, little girl." Yeah,
She's
Mael.
great, though. But once
Yeah,
again,
she's
first time, the first word she said, I was like, Shadowheart. Oh my god, I just bring me back to Baldur's Gate, and I was just like, your voice. I love your voice.
Is the same voice actor?
Did you not notice that's Shadowheart?
I haven't played Baldur's Gate in way too long.
And then I'm pretty sure Will was a little bit in that same prologue. Will was there, but when I looked it up, because I was like, this sounds exactly like Will, I couldn't find him on the thing. But other people on like a random Reddit post I found were asking the same thing, and someone said yes, it is him, but he didn't get credited for it.
Yeah, it's crazy how people just don't get, like,
I don't
even
know
for a
if
bit
it's true though.
art.
If you believe MILF Hunter 52 on Reddit, then that is Will.
Oh, speaking of Reddit, I've seen a lot of people trying to classify this because, of course, it's not a JRPG. I saw someone say it's a JRPG, which I think is
Perfect.
It's.
I think even you gotta French up all of it. It's a JRPG.
Yeah, because gameplay wise, it does like draw from JRPGs the most. Yeah.
Yeah. So the first thing I noticed for that was once you get linked up with Sophie, you can change characters, and then the other person you're not follows you, which I love in more modern RPGs. I guess I hated old timey Final Fantasy, and then like, all right, let's all get together, and then all the characters just mush into one character. I always thought that was so.
Yeah, and then they like all come out of each other when you get to a point where they all need to be on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really weird.
As soon as that happened, I was like, oh, I'm in for this JRPG.
Yeah, and I mean, it is made by a team that is from like France, right? And
Yeah,
I believe so.
It is very crazy too that this game, I think so far from what I've played, I really enjoy it, and it's made by a team of 33 people and one dog. So that's pretty cool that such a small team made this game.
Putting in the work.
Yeah, he's probably the lead dev. And that's why it's so good. But yeah, I thought that was something to note, that it's just such a small team, but such a great game so far.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I have to look it up at some point. I have to imagine it took them a crazy long time to put this together for such a small team, for how good it is. Just immediately, again, it's so beautiful. Did you guys anyone look up any French words?
Nope.
Because I looked up gommage.
Oh yeah,
I looked it up after the fact.
I did look it up.
I didn't get spoiled.
But that was also a while ago, and I forgot because I'm not good with memory or words.
So it means erase. Is I think there's a couple different meanings, but that's the main. I think the one we're drawing.
Not foreboding at all. Okay.
No.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that
so
makes
apparently,
sense.
yeah, Sophie's going on gommage, and everything's immediately kind of somber. I assumed it was going to be not great. You go through the town. Going through the town, I imagine you guys stopped to talk to people.
To
Yes.
everyone. Yeah, to everyone.
Talked to everyone.
It is.
Looked in every single trash can.
Yeah.
Did you find the trash can man?
Yes. Yes. There was one trash can you had to keep bugging. Yes.
Yeah. Did you find him, Tiff?
Wait, what?
Oh no, she didn't find the trash can, man.
Oh, you got to go back. That's it. This game's over. There's one trash can that you examine it, and it goes, oh, it's just a trash can, and you do it again, and it says like nothing's here, and you do it again, and it's like it's just a normal trash can. You keep doing it, and then it's like a guy. He's like, hey man, go away. I'm trying to hide.
No,
That's a good place to hide from the gommage. Yeah, you don't want to get gommage in there.
And
I guess if you get gommage in there also, you picked yourself up because you're just in the trash already. If you got like Thanos snapped. But
Thanos gommaged.
I was very confused at the beginning because they don't really give you much lore.
I realize I'm saying this way too fucking late, but spoilers ahoy. Book club style. We're gonna be going through everything. Spoilers. If you haven't played this game, I would suggest go and play it. If you don't mind spoilers, then here we are.
Yeah,
yes.
before we talk
spoiler
more,
warning 5 minutes ago.
Get further into talking about the story, I want to say I love that they just drop you into the world and then don't exposition dump.
Yeah. It definitely got me more attached to the story. I can see how someone who isn't very story based and just more gameplay, that can kind of get them out of it, just dumping you into a little thing and being like, okay, go play. Um, because you still want some story even if you're gameplay based, and to like have to do the extra work to find the story can be a little annoying. Um, but I think personally, at least for me, I enjoyed having to find out what happened by talking to people and getting those little clues of them mentioning things.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they talk like people who have been living in this world for 33 years. They're not just explaining what the gommage is because everyone already knows what it is.
Yeah, they don't expedition.
Yeah.
Hey, brother, this is what's happening today. Just so you know, I know you've lived here for this long, but hey,
Yeah.
There was no, as you know. It's like, well, if you have to say as you know, then this isn't for me.
Yeah. But they talk like people, and you can pick up on all these little subtle things that they're saying and not saying and figure out what's
Mm.
going on.
yeah, yeah,
At first, I was like, is this some kind of because I didn't look up Gomage until after the fact. Because I knew it would spoil something. So I was sitting there just like, is this some kind of choice that these people are making? Like, are they choosing to go on the expedition and that's the Gomage? No,
yeah. No, it's
turns
not.
out.
But I will say that the whole somberness that you mentioned, it's really offset by also kind of like a party, like a
Mm,
happy feeling. So that's added to the, kind of the confusion because there were people who were somber. I think what was her name? You said Sophie.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah,
X.
she kind of had like a cloud around her where everyone was like, "Oh, oh, like too bad," kind of, because you could tell when
Yeah,
Gustav talked to her, he was sad.
which again, for like the Gomage, it is offset because it's just like, I feel like you guys should be sadder. Which again leads back to these people have been dealing with this for a very long time.
Yes, yeah, and it's also pretty cool that they kind of touched on things that you don't think about in video games. Or I mean, I guess just in like for example, they were talking about the orphanage, and I would have never thought, oh, this is happening to people. Think this people are kind of just going away. I wouldn't have thought, hey, what happens to the kids? Um, but
I, I didn't realize that right up until the Gomage.
oh, really? So you didn't talk to the kids where they're like, oh, like the orphanage and the kids would go there, and
No, yeah. Well, I thought they were just like, how every town kind of just has some orphans. I didn't realize, oh, they're orphans because of the
Oh,
I
Gomage.
was,
Up until like
they literally have
like a bit later.
multiple conversations directly. Like, Sophie goes up, talks to this other woman, also wearing a flower necklace like Sophie, and they pretty much imply that she's gomaging as well, and they're like, enjoy this time with your daughter while you still have it.
Well,
And
at
Sophie
this point,
pretty explicitly said she didn't want to have kids so that she wouldn't orphan them.
yeah, shoot, right over my head. I thought Gomage was like part of the expedition, like they were choosing to go. Uh, but yeah, Orphan Town for sure. Oh, did you guys see meet the life enjoyers?
Oh,
the
yeah.
life enjoyers.
Yes.
The life enjoyers, yeah.
I don't remember that. Refresh
Uh,
my memory.
It's one of the things that you walk around. It's like it's just like a door. You click on it and there's a lot of moaning on the
Oh
other
yeah,
side of the
yeah,
door.
yeah. I remember that now. um, yeah. Did you guys happen to do this as well? Since you mentioned you can switch back and forth between your party by clicking a button, or I guess
Mhm.
cycle through. Was
Yeah.
anyone looking for character specific interactions? Like, oh, maybe if I go to this with this person, it'll be a completely different thing that happens.
I
The
was,
thought crossed my mind, but I didn't.
yeah, so like I would talk to them with Sophie first, then try and go back with Gustav, and it would just switch
Mm.
back to Sophie and they'd say their
Yeah,
last goodbye line again.
that's exactly what I would do, and I found myself a little disappointed in that because I feel like it would be obviously a lot more work, and it was a small team. But I feel like that'd been cool, a little feature. You could talk with have different conversations with the same person, but with a different character.
Yeah,
For
but it would
fully
just,
voice acted NPCs too. So
Yeah,
yeah, I didn't
yeah,
expect
I
yeah,
was a little disappointed without that, but it makes sense. Just one conversation and it automatically switches to the character that has it.
yeah. Because I mean, you're all standing next to each other, so it makes sense. I could just someone like if we're all in a group and we run into someone I know, they're not gonna talk to Chris because he's in front of us all and talk to him through
Yeah.
instead of me. So I guess it makes sense. But yeah,
But I do appreciate a lot of the NPCs. They would mention like, "Oh, Gustav is here, and Gustav's doing this." Like, okay, oh, that's cool. You're with him. So it still included the fact that there was other characters in the party.
yeah, and like, oh, you're back with Gustav, and it's like, no, I'm not back. Why would I be?
Like, oh,
Why would I be back with Gustav? I'm about to go
Yeah.
oof.
I'm goon maging.
I'm goon. Goon maging.
Oh,
Oh
God.
jeez, I'm goon
Oh,
maging.
no. Oh, no.
But yeah, no, definitely went to
Oh.
every little thing, talked to every. There's so much to do there, and at a certain point, it felt a little, like not anxiety inducing, but a little overload because I was just going up to random groups, seeing if I had the prompt to talk to them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I ran around like the entire crowds just to see.
Yeah, like zigzagging, covering every single inch
Mhm.
to get the little tidbits of lore.
Yeah, I was there for all of it. Earlier, was there any other notable, like, because there was the newspaper guy, that guy who's like, "Oh, I'm gonna paint you guys if you fight each other," and then he paints it in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, I talked to the painter guy. I think the most I guess significant person in that group to talk with is probably Loon. Because you do pass her at one point. I think she's playing an instrument. Lune. That is an E, sir. That's not an A. I know it's a French game. I'm American.
It's French.
No, but yeah, you run into, or you go past her. I don't remember exactly if you could talk to her. I think you could.
I don't
don't
think
think
she's playing a
so.
guitar for a crowd.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
Sophie's like, "Did you guys date?"
It's like
And that's
little toxic of you, Sophie. We dated, and now you're asking me about my past. Like, do you really want to know that before you get goomaged?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Before you get goomaged.
Goomaged.
I earlier today I watched some of the cutscenes just to refresh my memory. I realized the statue person you talked to, the statue is Eskie.
Yeah, she says my statue of Eskie.
Does she?
Yeah.
See, I didn't.
Memory,
Yeah, 'cause,
completely
like,
erased.
she said that.
My memory
and then
got
when-
She's
too
like
much.
paint it. I think right. She asked you if you want to
Yeah.
paint it or something, or
Yeah,
Yeah, like,
or your other option is to have her. You're like, make a Nevron statue instead. At the time, I did not know these words, Tiff.
yeah. And then by the time you run into them, you kind of are like, I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm like, oh,
I don't know. When I got to the part, they're like, "Hey, let's go meet Eskie." I'm like, "That's that statue that one woman made."
Oh, that.
all right, we all got fucking photographic.
Yeah.
memories.
The good doctor over here, whatever that show's called. I don't know. I watch TV sometimes. No, but yeah, they do drop lore like that without telling you that you'll
Yeah.
later. I think they drop gestural too, but they don't tell you what
Yeah,
it is.
there was a couple kids dressed as Gestrels there in the prologue.
Yes.
And then they're just they comment like, oh, gestuals are now again. Completely fucking forgot about this, if I'm being honest.
Oh yeah, like this is a little bit ahead, but Eskie himself like drops another character name drop like before you meet him.
Oh yeah, and sorry, these
Well,
these are
that's different. That's right before you meet him. Go ahead.
these are characters you're meeting later in the game. We did play a little. We haven't gone through the whole game. Obviously, we're just doing it by sections. But these are characters you will meet later, so that's why we're kind of. It's a long game. You meet these characters hours in, so you kind of do forget, and forgive us for forgetting, or most of it. Not Tiff, she didn't forget it, but forget us too for forgetting certain names, random names that were like, hey, the statue's this name.
Yeah, I thought I came across some like fucking like Sixth Sense shit where like, oh, did you know everything red meant the guy was dead? No, I'm just stupid. But yeah, basically you kind of just go through the rest of the festival. There's just, again, color, flowers everywhere. Like it looks like a carnival. There's people dancing and doing magic. Did you guys fight the mime?
Yes.
I'm guessing you did.
Yes, so that is the first mime you find, and the first hard fight of the game.
Yes.
I would say so.
It
How many times did you guys die?
I didn't catch. I think it was twice.
Oh, twice. That's not bad. I probably
I want to say I'm about twice too.
less than for sure less than
Okay,
six.
I think I can say less than 4.
No, 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 like
Less than 6.
less than six because yeah, we are all playing on different. Um,
Oh, that's true.
Oh yeah,
You played
you're
it.
on
yeah,
the hardest difficulty, aren't you?
I don't think the
Yeah. So
hardest. I
Alfredo.
think that one is that a one-time death thing. The hardest one.
I only saw 3
I don't
difficulties.
remember.
Oh, then yeah,
But
I'm on the hardest one, I guess then. And yeah, one hit.
Alfredo likes to play games on hard mode.
Yeah, I like to challenge. So there's certain fights that I replayed multiple times because one hit just instant kills you, and it's very not forgiving. And the mimes were hard at first. Now I run into a mime, and they're just the easiest thing because their pattern is the exact same every time,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like I can zone out for some fights because I just know the block the parry like timing already. And for I guess people who are just kind of watching it, there are certain maneuvers you can do
Yeah.
mid fight.
We got to get into that because you do a couple practice fights before this
Yeah,
point.
I guess it's a good point to get into
So
it right now.
yeah.
the fighting system, it's a turn-based combat, which I saw like on TikTok. A lot of people were losing their minds about. I like turn-based. I like JRPGs.
Yeah.
But what makes it different, and this is coming off of for me, Mario and Luigi Brothership,
Mhm.
which I grew up with those active combat games. And it's so tight. It's so satisfying when you land a parry. I've never tried to dodge a single thing. I always go for the parry, and I died a lot in the beginning. Also,
Yeah, I will say when a parry is the timing is a little awkward. If I'm having a hard
at
time
first, yeah.
parrying it, because there are certain enemies where you kind of realize, oh, you can listen to the sound, you can see like the movement. Different things give you cues of when they're gonna hit, but there are
Mm,
some enemies that purposely will like move a certain way that makes it look like they're gonna hit you, but then they didn't. Then they hit you. Those times where I had trouble parrying, I would
the fake
dodge
outs.
because dodge is a little more forgiving than the parry.
I pretty much
I
always exclusively went for dodge because I am
Oh
Oh,
my gosh.
terrible at dodging. Like the
Yeah.
JRPG combat turn-based rounds, like that's my shit. Like I got into a groove. I could like set up combos, but I'm fucking awful at the dodging.
We'll get into combos when we get some more characters. But that's surprising.
yeah, that's it.
I don't know.
So you weren't getting that parry damage then?
Nope.
Yeah, because you get of course I'm sure you know
Wow.
you get a bonus if you get all the parries, and then the parries also charge your
Gustav.
action points.
Gustav gets charged big time off of parries. Like his
Yeah,
overcharge
that
just
too.
hits hard with those parries.
So you're like playing at a deficit. That's
Yeah, no,
crazy.
there's times where I would there's a character later you get and um I kind of made her build very crit based, but like also by chance, like, oh, you may have a chance of hitting 50% more damage or 50% less damage. And there'd be times where I
Mm,
parry and I'd do like 5,000 damage out of nowhere, and those parries were
cheese and
very,
crackers.
very they saved my ass a lot. I'm just gonna say.
I mean,
Yeah.
if the dodging is working for you, but
Yeah, yeah, and
that's
that's
crazy.
cool that they give you multiple ways to play. So that's
Yeah, like sometimes I hit like the perfect dodges where it would be like the same as the parry
Mm.
timings. Sometimes I only get the dodge. A lot of the times I just fucking fail it.
okay. You definitely
Yeah.
would an expert then, because a failed thing can basically like completely
Oh
destroy
yeah.
you with one hit.
Oh yeah,
Even on normal, I
yeah,
found it
the
quite
normal
challenging in the
mode
beginning.
it fucks me up. They fuck you up if you
Yeah,
miss.
they definitely do
Yeah,
damage.
especially in the beginning.
Yeah,
For the mime on normal, I think it was 2 or 3 hits and you're dead.
yeah,
Oh yeah, I can get one shot with the mime, like the hammer
Y-
hit, boom. Even the headbutts or
Hmm.
the 3 hit combo with his hand headbutt. That one of those hits you, you're done. I may just be building that tanky, but um,
no,
I still think
pretty
it's ridiculous.
much
It
any
was also the first
enemy
fight to that one.
like 3 hits, you're done.
Yeah, especially in the beginning.
And then it cascades.
Yeah.
It's like they hit
Yeah,
you once, and you kind of get flustered a bit, and then you're like, oh, and you mess up your other
yeah,
timing.
yeah, yeah. So like, and that would mess up like my flow of the combat because I'd have to
Hmm.
skip a turn of what I was gonna do to heal or revive someone.
Oh, I don't remember if you get it this early, but did you guys know how long did it take you guys to realize items are reusable?
Yeah, I was gonna say that when you said heal, I went almost the entire of act of like a certain
no.
act just not knowing that it was Dark Souls rules where when you go to a bonfire, which I should have known because it's a bonfire, it resets all it was monsters get reset for one, and it resets your heals. And I was going into fights with like 1 HP. Granted, it doesn't matter for me because either way I would get one shot. So 1 HP, 300 HP doesn't matter.
Sure.
But later in the game, when I was able to tank a little more, that learning I could heal myself was like game changing.
I'm pretty sure there was a tooltip at the very beginning, so I kind of.
I didn't I didn't see it until like a random loading screen. It was like, by the way, your items come back when you sleep at a campfire, and I was just like,
Yeah.
That's hilarious. You know when I first
I want to say halfway through the first act.
yeah, probably at that point too. You know, the moment I figured it out is when I was fighting one of those. I think it's called the Burgon, the giant Burgons in the underwater area.
I have no idea what
Explorers.
any enemy are called.
The
also
sucky
that.
face one, the big giant sucky face one that eats you.
Oh, the gross ones.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it was like an optional fight. I was doing that
Yeah.
for so long because for one, it instantly takes one of your party members out of the fight. And
Is it possible to dodge that? Because
I
I,
don't think
never
so.
did.
no, I don't.
Okay.
I feel like it should be.
I don't
like,
think
you
so.
get the opportunity.
There were
But
times
no,
where my
I never-
character was dodged out of their mouth. Like I could see them be like out of their full face, and then it would just suck them in. But that's when I noticed when I was like, you know what, I need to beat this guy. So I started using them, and I died. And then I'd come back and oh shoot, they're there again. And then later, I discovered there's a full party heal if you do the Y. If you hit, well, I was using controller. If you hit Y and hold it, there's a full party heal.
I discovered.
Wait, you mean you didn't know about the out of combat heal?
No, I did not know that.
Oh,
I didn't,
no.
Oh, okay. Okay, they do tell you about that
Yeah,
one. I
that
knew
one
about
they
that.
very
Hey.
explicitly tell you about.
Okay, but don't say they tell you. I didn't listen to the one they told me about, but they do tell you about that one. They told us about both of them. To be fair, okay, don't take the high road with this one.
No, like that one
It's like-
is like stops you as soon as you start playing to like say you can do this.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I should probably read those things, but you know what? It made me a better player for not being able to heal.
you
Yeah.
just handicapped yourself.
Yeah, it sucks, but I did.
So yeah, the gamage happens. It's the paintress is the thing, which just through some of the like, I feel like foreshadowing. I have this idea that the paintress isn't exactly the bad guy. That's kind of where my head's going.
The way some of the enemies, like good enemies, I guess, that like, what would they be considered? Like they're friendly, but they're part of the enemy minions.
I think what I've noticed, they kind of seem like they're not painted. I think. Like
Yeah.
their color seems different.
Yeah,
right?
they-
They're
don't
like white
have
off white
color.
or something. Yeah. So they speak very highly of her, and like she's very like all knowing, forgiving, and she's just a great person. So obviously with this game, I can already tell there's gonna be it's gonna lead you to think one thing, but it's gonna be something completely different.
Mhm.
But
I wonder if it's gonna follow the JRPG staple of at the end you fight God.
or then you fight you. Oh, I mean,
I
yeah, the
mean,
god thing.
that's the character's stated goal, right?
Basically, yeah, Beta's basically to fight the paintress who creates and destroys. So God,
Yeah,
yeah.
I feel like. Also, am I misremembering, or is it basically implied that this is like a normal France that somehow got taken out and put into this paintress?
Yeah, so
situation?
it's
don't know
never
this,
really
though.
explained because like this is obvious. The starting city, it's obviously Paris, but they call it
Lumina.
Lumiere.
Lumiere, yeah.
I think Lumiere is the Beauty and the Beast guy. I think it's
It just
Lumiere?
means
Lumiere.
like light or something.
Lumina is the thing. Okay. Yeah.
So I was thinking it was just this is Paris,
Yeah.
you know, after like something crazy happened, because there are certain parts of the story where the characters find something from, I guess, the old times, and they're like, oh, you know, they used to do this there, and
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
yeah, and it's so it makes me kind of think that this was their world before, like this was not like a completely different world brung here, but I honestly do not know because it doesn't really tell you much, and it tells you when it wants you to like no.
Mhm.
And then it gives you little hints here and there, but not enough to figure it out. And then when it wants you to figure it out, it just tells you straight out, like, this is what's happening. And it's like, oh, okay, well, now I see. I should have known all along with these small hints.
Like, it has been less than 100 years since their
Yeah.
apocalypse happened. So
Yeah.
they meant it was like
we know that
offhand,
by that
but they
old
mentioned
man.
one time that Lumiere got like teleported out away from everything else, and then there's like a protective dome around it now.
Oh.
Yeah, I think the dome is generated by the citizens. I think there's something there too. I don't think it's just part of it. I think there's something they're doing that.
Yeah,
'Cause
there's something
as
there. They
when
mentioned
Gustav leaves,
powering
he's
it.
like, "Hey, protect the dome." Yeah, he's like, "Make sure the dome's good."
Oh, that's true. He
Dome
did
it
to
up,
the-
guys.
Yeah. Dome it up.
Yeah.
Don't forget to dome me. No, mom. What?
No,
Okay, so
he's telling children.
yeah, I remember that. He was telling his little helpers, which his little helpers are pretty cool because they made him his arm, which is cool.
Yeah.
But
Did they?
yeah, they made they
Yes.
say that later that they're pretty resourceful. They made you that arm.
Oh shit.
But okay, Tiffany had mentioned this is all taking place within less than 100 years, which the whole there is like a, what would you consider that, like a tower, the thing really far off in the distance of the Gomage? What is
I think they just call it a monolith.
a monolith? Okay, so there's a monolith with the number at the time it was what, 34?
It starts at
Yeah.
34,
Yeah.
and then
So
the
what were your guys's? Because going into this, obviously you don't know anything until maybe after the Gomage. You kind of talk at the after party, which is weird, having an after party for the Gomage where they're all kind of
no,
drinking.
Which
it's the
to get into
that's the expedition party, not the
Oh well,
Yeah.
you're still having a party after like a
Yeah.
crap ton of people just disappeared.
everyone.
But
Which I think speaks to with this game's relationship with like loss and grieving and stuff. That again, this pattern so long, people are just used to it. I
Yeah,
feel.
it's just
They're
day to
like,
day.
fuck it, let's just drink, let's just party,
yeah. It's
because it's gonna happen anyway.
sad but true. But what were your guys's like going up to that point before you knew what was kind of happening? What were you guys thinking the Gomage was, and what were you thinking the number was,
well,
if anything?
I thought it was pretty obvious, like a bunch of people were going to die, and then
Yeah.
the number was
We
it
can't all
starts
be
off as
Tiffany the Story
34,
Master.
and then Sophie does explicitly say, "I've lived 33 good years," so obviously that number there has to do with it. So I'm like, oh, I guess like for some reason, like when they hit that age, they're all going to die. I don't know why it's 34, but
Oh,
that
you
seems
just
like a
perfectly
pretty
pinpointed
random
the whole-
number. But then
I think it might be this from that one little thing someone said and gets it perfectly. I was over here thinking 34 people are going to die tonight and it's going to erase like predetermined people. That's what I was thinking.
I don't think I really had too many thoughts
Yeah.
on it. I was just I figured it was gonna be not good,
Yeah.
but I didn't think like the entire fucking
Yeah.
city was gonna. Not,
I picked up
Which
on
was
the
gonna
age
be
thing
much.
pretty quickly because like
Shit.
yeah, I don't know if it was before or after the Gomage, but Gustav did say at one point, you know,
The
at one point, being in your 30s was considered young.
Yes,
So,
I
like,
do remember him saying that. Yes.
that's after the Gomage.
Yeah, and that's when they
Yeah.
kind of tell you like, oh, like they tell the story of like how it dropped. Like 'cause there's a quiz you take and it's like, oh, the number's going down, and then you kind of go into
that
the.
guy. That guy's like, I'm gonna test you, my rival, and then I got it wrong. He's like, hey, come
yeah.
Well, that's another thing.
come on.
I'm gonna test you, my rival, see if you know these basic questions that even children know. And it's like, okay, yeah, let me just answer those.
Yeah. Yeah, that
he's
was
like-
the most
He's
like,
like, what is a converter? He's like, you mean the thing I invented?
yeah.
It's just
Like looking back, it reeks of like, hey man, you're gonna probably die. Let me just make you feel better real quick.
didn't think of it that way. That's actually a good observation. Like, you know, we've been rivals for so long, and then you kind of like, I'll lose. Basically, he's throwing it. I'll lose to you one more time, so you can kind of go happy into what you're gonna go into soon. That's a
Yeah.
good observation that I didn't even think about.
Nah, yeah, I didn't think about it that way. I just saw it as like that's the most explicit like exposition for the player moment in the entire game.
Well, I guess since
As
you
far as
figured
the
it
prologue,
out.
definitely.
So Tiff figured it out where
Yeah.
we didn't. So
Yeah,
you want to
'cause you're-
explain what the gomage is?
All right, yeah. So, it yeah, it starts with just an entire melancholy atmosphere. Like making these flower wreaths for certain people, and like, okay, these are the people that are going to die. So, Sophie, one of
We
the
don't
people
know
that's
die.
about.
They don't
you know,
They don't say die, right? I don't.
True.
Did they
You know
ever say
what?
die at one point? I don't think they did.
I don't.
but
Yeah,
again, as far as the relationship between grief and everything, they might just kind of be avoiding saying it intentionally.
yeah.
Hmm.
No,
Okay.
but from the atmosphere and just like how they were all acting, I'm like, my thought process was, people are about to die. I
Okay.
don't know how or why, but it's going. That's my. That was how I was feeling. It's like,
Hmm.
all right, she's one of the people that's about to die. I don't know why, but then they keep going on about the age thing. I'm like, 33. That number's 34. All right, and so we
Yeah,
finally
basically at that point, I got that too. But go ahead.
we finally get to the gommage. We see the paintress erase the 34, and then she makes 33 pop up, and then they like turn into dust flower petals.
They got
And
Thanos.
I
yeah,
got Thanos.
Which was a nice little scene too. Them at the water, and she just kind of goes away.
Yeah, honestly, it's fucking heartbreaking.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have a question.
But, like,
Do her minions, who are 34 years old, be like out of nowhere and just like disappear too? Like, is it only humans that are disappearing, or if there's like a what are they called? Nimrods? I don't know what they're called.
never.
the Nevrons. I don't.
The Nevrons.
I got
Well,
I got the feeling it was just humans. I mean, I
yeah.
guess we
Okay.
don't know.
Yeah.
So
I guess I'm
there's
just
like
wondering.
three-ish races. And there's humans. There's Nevrons, which are pretty much almost exclusively bad guys, but there's a couple weird ones that aren't. And then there's Gestrels, and then there's whatever SKA is.
There's more than three. There's a
A
lot of
legend.
different weird things.
Yeah, the only like races that we know are humans, Nevrons, and Gestrels.
Yeah.
And Nevrons are just like a ton of different things.
Yeah.
But the Gestrels, that you meet a couple kids in the prologue that talk about them. You find out
Oh, yeah,
later
to circle
they
back.
are immortal, or well, when they die, they get
Spoilies. We'll get there.
Well, his question,
yeah,
like, do others get Thanos? The
Yeah,
Gestrels
'cause-
don't.
That is well, we don't even know how, because there's big Gestrels, but doesn't mean they're old like that.
we can get into that. But yeah, as far as it seems, that seems like explicitly a Lumiere thing.
Just like fuck this area in particular.
Yeah, fuck this area in particular.
Yes.
Yeah, it was at that point I realized eventually this is just going to be a town of babies that just die for no reason, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
at a certain point, it wouldn't even be babies. It would just be like, at like maybe like what, like 10 years old. That's it, and because they're not obvious. I mean, not to get into that, but I feel like
Yeah.
it's gonna die off way before that.
Yeah.
It would die off pretty. Honestly, maybe even around the 20s. Because what person would be like, oh, I'm gonna have kids, even though they're gonna.
Yeah, and
die
then
as
there won't be
teen or
anyone
child.
capable of
They won't
raising and
expedite
caring for those babies. So that
Yeah, because I think Mayel she was working at the orphanage raising those kids, and she was a kid herself.
she's 16.
Yeah,
believe
a
she
kid.
says
the
at
number I
one
got,
point.
right?
Yeah, she's
Or-
definitely a child.
Yeah.
So it's like it's already happening where kids are raising kids because there's just so much people just going goon maging and shit.
Yeah. So at the expedition part of the quiz, you find out the paintress's number started at 100.
Mhm.
So this has
The
been
first
going on.
expedition was Expedition Zero.
Yeah.
Yes, Expedition Zero. It must have been crazy that first goomage when no one knew what it was, and then out of nowhere, your 99-year-old
Well,
or no,
Well,
your
they had an
100-year-old uncle.
They had an Expedition Zero, so they sent people out that very first year.
So So then, how
Did
do
they
they
say
know
that
about it then?
Expedition Zero came back?
Yeah.
They
I
must
think
not have gone
they
deep in
mentioned
there.
Expedition Zero is the only. No, I
Well,
think they
we
say they
find
get to
out
the
more
monolith
about
and they came
Expedition
back.
Zero at the very end of Act 1, so.
Yeah, so probably not going over that, but there's a,
No.
there is that's another thing. There is a lot of journals you can find which aren't always on the same path you're taking. You got to kind of go side paths, but there are journals that do reference the past expeditions and kind of how you can see their bodies through your adventures and seeing how
Mhm.
they met their kind of their end.
Oh yeah, that's I since like BioShock, I'm a big fan of that environmental storytelling of just like I got to look at this and kind of come to my own conclusion.
Or you can just pick up the journal right next to them and it says, "I died to this."
Or you can pick up the journal, and then the journal says it.
But I guess that's a good time to get into the actual expedition. So we do leave, and I think
Well,
my
so from there, did you guys get all the coins?
yes, got
Yes.
all the coins. Yes,
Did you absolutely hate the stupid hair that you get?
definitely. But I had to get it because
Yeah.
it's something you can get in the game.
Yeah, I had to get it, but I was just I regretted
Oh,
it
it took
immediately.
me so long to do that Mael fight.
Oh yeah, really? See, that one actually probably took me less than the mine did. Actually,
Yeah, at that point I started to get the rhythm.
mm-hmm.
It took me so long.
I will say a couple of tries, and it wasn't one try, but I was getting the rhythm
And that's all this is.
Um,
This is technically just a rhythm game.
to a degree.
Yeah.
It feels like it.
But yeah, that's the prologue.
Oh, you
We-
actually you
I-
do
I-
meet a
we-
lot of people.
we said-
You meet a lot of people
Yeah,
because they're
I was
going to
gonna
be
say,
cannon fodder later.
You meet so many people, and if we want to get into the beginning of the expedition, you meet all these people, and I was like, okay, this is the team. This is what's going to happen. Theorizing the next part of the game is we're going to land, we're going to set up camps, and then make our way as we get to know all these wonderful people. And
Before we
that's
get
what I was
far-
expecting.
We explained
we
the
get-
Garmage, but what are the expeditions?
Yeah,
So-
to get to the Patriots, basically, right? That's what the expeditions were.
Yeah,
Or
so
at least make what would you call it? Just get further than the last people, and then hopefully the next people can get further than you, and eventually finish this whole thing.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there are your campfires are just past expedition flags, showing how far, and they have their number on it too, which is cool. So you see how far they got. But yeah, I mean that is the goal, to kind of use what the last group gave you and keep going from there. But the main goal, it seems to be, to get to the Paintress and stop the Gomage from ever happening again.
Ideally,
yes.
but who knows?
But
if that can happen.
yeah, if anyone even got close to her, which you have to
Yeah.
think some have gotten somewhat close.
I want to say they mentioned Expedition Zero got to the monolith and is the only expedition that was able to come back alive.
Yeah, there were some offhand mentions that sounded like some people from Expedition Zero came back, but no other expeditions did. But they didn't it was really offhand, and they didn't explain
Yeah.
anything else, because that's how they know about SKA and stuff.
Which tracks because it's and then again, if we keep that in line with this happened, what is it, 67 years ago?
Yeah.
Those people are super dead, and their memories are just being passed down, and that's why at this point, SKA, the Gestrals, everything's kind of treated as like a myth or a legend.
Yeah, because they know the Gestrals. Like, the kids talk about it, and they would love to meet one day, but they don't even know if they're real. It's more stories. I do wonder if they ever experimented with this might just be like the Fallout in me, but if they ever experimented with expeditions that were like, hey, we're gonna send a all men expedition, all female expedition, all redhead expedition, to see if at a certain point, just start testing things and see who gets farther, see what they can do.
I want to say to a degree they not, if not intentionally, but they do mention there's climbing anchors at some point, and they mention, Expedition 69, the climbers expedition, that's why we have these anchor points here.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They must have
I
got
feel
pretty
to
far,
a
because those
degree they
climb
probably
things
were,
are
they're everywhere.
they're everywhere, so they got
Yeah,
real far.
I like to imagine Expedition Zero and probably the first few after that, they thought they could get all the way to the Paintress and kill her and stuff. But eventually they're like, all right, this isn't working, so we gotta just. They started going in with the mindset, we're not going to be able to do it, but we'll make sure the people after us can get as farther than we did.
Yeah, doesn't Gustav say like something
Comes.
like about for future generations or something like that? Like they're literally just
Yeah.
martyrs for the future.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of little mottos, which I think are great, and I wrote a lot of them down. The big one is when one falls, we continue, and even after you finish a combat, the get out of combat button is we continue.
See
Yes.
what
I
happens
did like that
when
little touch. I noticed it as well.
ask Gustav
Yeah.
what happens when all fall. Ask him that, huh? What happens? Do we continue? I don't think. That was a okay. We'll get to that point, but yeah, that was a pretty like, oh shoot, what's gonna happen right now?
It was hopeful. They were like, we're gonna do it. We're the expedition that's doing it. This great big group of people that I took time to learn all their names. We're all gonna be great. Have a good fun time.
Yeah, and that's the thing though, because obviously the expedition doesn't start really well, and as much as you guys are learning from the past and getting better equipped to fight, like when you get there with all the info you're getting to get better equipped to fight what's ahead of you, so is the enemy, because they were really already. They know the expeditions are coming. They know they're all gonna get there, and obviously that there was something that happened on the expedition within the first couple, when they landed. Basically D-Day.
So that was pretty much the prologue. We're gonna have a cool, fun adventure with all of our new friends on the continent, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah,
And remember, as we always say, everybody all at once. We always say here, um, for those who come after. Bye.
Bye.
keep on keeping on. Bye.